UK productivity is very poor.
That's what we have to close, the productivity gap.
Productivity is essentially trying to understand how much output there is in the economy. We measure it usually two ways. We either measure it output per person or output per hour worked. Productivity has remained flat for a really, really long time, and this is what's called the productivity puzzle. In many senses, this is what explains low wage growth. If firms are more productive, they make profits and they can hand that over to workers. And what's happened in the UK is productivity hasn't risen for a long time, and the data shows that the French produce in 4 days what the Brits produce in 5. And so the question is, why has that happened? Well, one of the big things that caused it was in 2010, George Osborne decided to impose austerity, decided to cut public spending, raise taxes, and it turns out that the decline in productivity more or less occurs then.
To expand productivity, labor and management must work together to develop new ideas.
If we could find a way of making workers more productive, people would feel better, their wages would rise, and their standards of living would rise. We've actually seen productivity falling. So this is a big deal. We've seen employment rising, but we haven't seen output per hour rising. We don't really understand it, but the government and other forecasts keep saying to us productivity is going to take off. They've said it in every forecast for the last 10 years, and in every single occasion they've been wrong. So essentially that's one of the big problems of our age. Productivity in the UK is horrible.